Hey guys, today we're playing The Freshman, Book 1, Chapter 16, Last Call. You stare at Chris, your mouth open in surprise. Chris, I don't know what to say. What happened to you and Becca? I was over at the Kappa house, making plans with Becca for the big Heartfelt formal dance this weekend, and it suddenly dawned on me. I don't want to go with her. I want to go with you. I see. I'm done running away from what I really feel. I'm ready now, ready to be with the one person I care about the most. What do you say? Can we try this again? The dance is this weekend, and I don't exactly have a date now. I know I screwed up, but we shouldn't let that ruin what we have. Chris, I need time to think. I'm not saying no, it's just... I understand, but I don't mind waiting, Cinnamon, because you're worth it. Good night, Cinnamon. Good night. Chris walks out into the hall and disappears into his room. The next day, you stand outside Vasquez's office with James. You sure you want to do this? Of course I'm not sure, but I have to. It's time for me and Professor Vasquez to have a serious chat. You need backup? I think this is something I need to do alone. I just want you to know, Simon. I think you're doing the right thing. Good luck in there. Thanks, James. There you are. Good. I've got your next assignment all ready for you. Actually, there's something we need to talk about first. Gabriella. Gabriella? Yeah, Gabriella, your daughter. We just had an interesting conversation. You contacted my daughter? How could you possibly think you have any right to do that? Now you listen to me. Ugh. Okay, let's hear it. You're impulsive, meddling. Do you ever think before you act? Sometimes. Here's a pro tip, as your smartphone adult generation says. Think more, do less, and stay out of other people's businesses. Or maybe you should think a little less and do a little more, like actually trying to go visit your daughter. She told me all about you, how you used her life story to write your book. And she told me how you'd do the same to me. All I've ever written is the truth. I shine a light on people. Sometimes they see parts of themselves in my work, shadows they wish were hidden. But you always knew that was our arrangement. True. I knew what I was getting into. I did what I had to do to stay in school. But it doesn't mean I have to like it. And I certainly don't have to keep working for you. Are you really trying to back out now? I don't know. I didn't think so. It's like you said the first day you got here. You need this. We need each other. Now take your final assignment for the quarter and get out. Outside, you open the envelope and read your final assignment. What does love mean to you? You return to your suite to find everyone in a state of high activity, stringing lights along the walls and tearing open packs of red cups. What's going on? We're having a party to celebrate the end of finals. You didn't forget, did you? No way. Let's get this place party ready. You head over to the kitchen counter and Zach throws you 2 bags of chips. Get 2 big bowls and fill them. We're going to need a lot of snacks. On it. How are we doing on drinks? Darren's bringing a keg, Tyler and Zach got their hands on a lot of liquor, and Caitlin's tending bar. Just because I'm taking a break from drinking doesn't mean I'm okay with watching my friends drink subpar cocktails. Glad to hear it. Do I have to fill up all these balloons? My lungs are getting tired. I'll help you. Here, let me see one of. Actually, I think I'm fine, thank you very much. I just need to head outside for some air. Okay. You move closer to Zach and lower your voice to a whisper while the two of you prepare party snacks. What's going on with those two? Tyler invited the whole game group, including Layla. Abby's not too happy about it. She acts like she's not jealous, but, well, you've seen for yourself how convincing she is. Yeah, not very. Why doesn't she just tell Tyler how she feels? Not that easy, Cinnamon, and if anyone should know that, it's you. Oh, yeah? How much do you know exactly? Well, I know you've got 3 people crushing on you right now, and I know they're all coming to this party. I'm less worried about this Abby and Tyler drama than I am about you. You need to make up your mind, and fast. After all, the Heartfelt's formal's only a day away. Do you know who you're going to take? I might have to get back to you on that. Well, if you need help making a decision, I'm your guy. There's nothing I love more than getting involved in other people's affairs. I've noticed. How are things going with you and Brandon? They're not. I thought about inviting him to drop by tonight, but I don't know. I'm sorry, Zach. It's fine. Sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to. You can say that again. When did everything get so complicated around here? Feels like we moved in only yesterday. I know, right? But I'm tired of being gloomy. Let's talk about something positive. Like, what are you going to wear tonight? This is our first official dorm party, so I fully expect you to bring it, Cinnamon. Just this. I was just going to wear this. Too boring? I'd call it understated. Good answer. Later that evening, your guests start to arrive in twos and threes, and Caitlin hurries to get everyone set up with a drink. Do you have anything non-alcoholic? I'm allergic. Let me get behind that bar, babe. I'll show you how to make the tripinator. Could you maybe not call me babe? And why do you have barbecue sauce? That's what gives the tripinator its famous kick. Hand me that shaker, would you? You and Zach watch as more guests spill into your suite, grabbing seats on the couch and crowding into the living room and kitchen. Well, this is a good turnout. And it just got better. The guests cheer as Darren turns sideways to get through your door, a keg balanced on his shoulder. Ladies and gentlemen, the keg has arrived. Heck yeah, Darren, my man. Darren carries the keg over to the bar and grins down at Caitlin. Hey, gorgeous, where can I put this? Hey, Darren, just put it anywhere. I'll get the cups. You grab a drink and walk over to where Chris, Zach, and Tyler are talking. Okay, I have to admit, it's good to have your back. Honestly, you don't know how happy it makes me to hear you say that. For a while, it felt like this whole suite turned against me, like I was on the outside looking in. And I think we were mostly annoyed about how much time you were spending with that succubus. Now that she's out of the picture, it's like we've got the old Chris back. A toast. Everyone raises their glasses. What are we toasting to? A toast to having Chris back. I'll drink to that. Everyone toasts and drinks. Thanks, Cinnamon. That means a lot, especially coming from you. A few minutes later, Zach and Tyler head over to the bar, and you find yourself alone with Chris. Seems like a perfect moment to sneak away together. What do you say? Want to leave all this behind for a few minutes? Chris, of course. Follow me. You follow Chris outside, and a few minutes later... Recognize this place? How could I forget? This is the spot where we first ran into each other. Would it be too corny if I said you took my breath away in more ways than one? I think you know the answer to that question already. For a moment, you stand there chuckling together. Chris takes your hand. So, have you thought about what I asked you? I have. And you'll have your answer soon. But for now, I'm getting cold. Let's head back inside. Back in your suite, you sidle over to the counter and watch Caitlin mixing drinks and setting out foaming cups of beer. Hey, bartender. Hey, what are you drinking? I'll have a Shirley Temple. Not drinking tonight? I'm the host. I don't want to get too crazy. So responsible. One Shirley Temple coming right up. Caitlin pours lemon lime soda and grenadine over ice and tops it off with some maraschino cherry. Let me know what you think. So good. Good. So how's your break from alcohol been? It's been good. I've actually been up late studying instead of partying. In fact, I think I did pretty well in my finals, which is not something I thought I'd be able to say. That's great, Caitlin. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Cinnamon. You're sweet. And thanks for being such a good friend. You were there for me when I needed you most. I won't forget that. Of course, you can always count on me. Come here, Cinnamon. I want to commemorate this moment. Caitlin pulls out her phone and you run behind the counter to stand next to her. How should I pose? Ooh, there's people around, there's people around, there's people around. They're all here. So I need to just hug her. Hug Caitlin. Just before Caitlin takes the photo, you pull her into a surprise hug. You peer over to look at the picture. We look so cute. We? I mostly look terrified. Just then you hear a knock at the door over the sound of the music. I'm gonna go get that. Talk to you later? Yes, please. You cross the room and pull open the door to find James on your doorstep. Hey, Cinnamon. James, I wasn't sure you'd make it. Am I late? A little, but I'll forgive you just this once. Can I get you a drink? Yes, that'd be great. I also brought a Merlot with me. I can get you a glass of that. You open the wine and pour it into 2 cups, handing one to him. You know, I've never had wine in a red solo cup before. I'm sorry we didn't break out the formal crystal for the occasion. It's alright. I can't think of a better cup for wine that's been aged 7 years. Red cup, red wine. At least they match. Cheers? Cheers. You haven't really been up in our suite since you picked me up for the sorority ball, right? Yeah, but I only really stood in the doorway that time. Care to give me the grand tour? Of course. That room over there is the kitchen. And this is our living room. And that's it, really. And where's your room? That's part of the advanced late night tour. Oh, I'd like to sign up for that. There aren't any tours today, but I'll put your name down for later. I look forward to it. Thanks for the tour. Nice place for a freshman dorm. This party isn't bad either. High praise from you to think you almost didn't make it. Yeah, Vasquez made me run late. I kinda got stuck helping him with some stuff. He's still pretty mad at you, by the way. Yeah, we had a huge fight earlier. Well, just make your next essay the best one yet, I guess. He can't complain. He wouldn't tell me what your next assignment is, by the way. What are you writing about? I'm writing about... love. Heavy. Yeah, tell me about it. I wonder if you're trying to do you a favor with that one. I mean, that's gotta be less dramatic than rushing Kappa Phi Sigma. Somehow I don't think it will be. Right, well I hope you figure out what to write about. Yeah, Just as Layla walked through the door, her eyes immediately finding Tyler in the crowded room. Tyler! Hey Layla, I'm glad you made it. Of course, I wouldn't want you to miss this after all. Layla grabs the front of Tyler's shirt and pulls him in for a kiss. His eyes go wide as Layla presses her lips against his. Oomph! Tears start to glisten in Abby's eyes. Then she turns on her heel and flees to her room. You hear her door slam, and a silence falls over the group. Tyler pushes Layla off him and starts after Abby. Where are you going? Nowhere, I guess. I'm sorry, Tyler, it's just, this is clearly something she has to deal with on her own. She has to get used to the idea that we're together. That is what you want, right? Right. I guess you'll just have to understand that. Tyler, you're making a mistake. Go talk to Abby. What? Tyler turns away from Layla and looks down the hall at Abby's closed door. I'm sorry, Layla, but Cinnamon's right. I need to go. Fine, but don't expect me to wait around. I wasn't counting on it. Layla leaves in a huff as Tyler rushes down the hall toward Abby's room. Zach breaks the silence. Cinnamon, on behalf of this entire household, thank you for stepping up. Yeah, I think we really dodged a bullet there. Well, I guess that's all settled then. Finally, I've been working to get them together all quarter. So you're taking credit for this? Yes, I am. Got a problem with that? None whatsoever. I'd better check on Layla. She probably needs a shoulder to cry on right now. Preferably a shoulder attached to this guy. Oh my god. Should we go see how Tyler and Abby are doing, just in case? Oh, definitely. I can't wait to say I told you so. You, Kaylin, and Zach head down the hall to Abby's room and push open the door. Abby and Tyler sit next to each other in Abby's bed, their eyes closed as they share a first kiss. Whoops. They spring apart, startled. What the heck, you guys? Don't you knock? Sorry, but also congrats. But yeah, we're really sorry. Yeah, our bad. Nice one, Tyler. Oh my god, get out. Yukon and Zach slam the door and collapse in the hallway, laughing and grinning at each other. Okay, that was so worth it. I get the feeling you were expecting something like that to happen. Maybe we just got lucky. Well, whatever your intentions, I'm glad those two are finally together. Me too. I think now's a good time to call it a night. Party's over, everyone. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You're really getting into this whole bartender thing, huh? Big time. You and your roommates say goodbye to all your guests and start the lengthy process of cleaning up after your party. I'd stay and help you clean up, but I really don't want to. I'm already up past my bedtime as it is. Yeah, we're not exactly looking for excuses. Just go on and get out of here. Zach turns to you as you close the door behind the last guest. Crazy night, huh? That's one word for it. Did you, decide who you're taking to formal? I'm working on it. Better figure it out quick. The Heartfelt formal's only a day away. With the last red cup tossed in recycling, you head off to your room and shut the door behind you. Who am I going to choose? You collapse onto your bed, your mind full of questions, and try to focus on falling asleep. That's the end of chapter 16. See you guys in chapter 17. Okay, we're back with chapter 17, the Heartfelt formal. The first rays of the sun awake you the next morning, slanting through the window and falling across your face. Ow, my eyes. You check your phone and bolt upright as you remember what day it is. Oh shoot, the dance. I still have to figure out who to ask. Which outfit do you want to be? Fancy. I want this outfit. This look is perfect. You charge out to the kitchen to find a fresh pot of coffee on the counter, along with a note from Zach, Tyler, and Abby. Breakfast on the roof, come up and join us. Sounds fun. You pour yourself some coffee and head upstairs to find Zach, Tyler, and Abby eating cereal and looking out at the town of Heartfelt. Good morning, little Miss Heartbreaker. How's the big decision going? Made any progress? What big decision? Seriously, Tyler, I like you, but sometimes you're shockingly out of the loop. Cinnamon has to choose someone to take to the Heartfelt formal tonight, and she's got 3 hotties vying for her affections. Don't remind me, I just want to have my coffee and cereal like a normal person, and not have to worry about any of this. Sounds like you haven't made a lot of progress. Maybe we can make a pros and cons list? As much as I'd love to break down Cinnamon Sweeters into abstract bits of data, I don't think that approach is necessary. Actually, it sounds pretty helpful right about now. Don't be ridiculous. You know deep down you want to ask to formal. You just have to let yourself realize that. Huh? Just relax and close your eyes. Who's the first person you see? You close your eyes and sink back on your memories of fall quarter. If the other guys on the football team saw me get tackled by a pretty girl, they'd never let me forget it. I'm Chris, by the way. Nice to meet you. You know how I said I want to get my courage up for something? This is what I need courage for. Actually, she's my fiancé. You open your eyes and grin at Zach. Well, have you figured it out yet? I have. I finally know who I want to ask to dance. Oh. Part of me says just go for Caitlin because it's hard picking between the two boys, but she's the only girl option. Called it. What are you waiting for? Go find her. She's not still asleep. It's pretty early. She said she was going to grab a latte and do some studying, which is weird considering final exams were yesterday. Well, at least I know where she is. Thanks, guys. Our pleasure. But there's someone I should probably talk to first. In Vasquez's office, you find James at his laptop working. Knock, knock. Cinnamon, what are you doing here? I could ask you the same question. Vasquez didn't need us in today. I need a quiet place to write. Vasquez isn't around, is he? No, he has an important errand to run today. Why? I just don't think he'll want to see me. Anyway, how's the play? I'm nearly done with the second act. Just give me a minute to wrap this up. Actually, James, I have to tell you something. James pauses and looks down at his laptop again. You've chosen someone else, I assume. Yes. I see. James, I'm sorry. Don't be, it's just one dance after all. We're still engaged, right? Of course, my dear. I think I'm going to buckle down and try to get some writing done. Can you close the door on your way out? Sure thing, James. I'll see you around. You walk into the cafe and head for the counter. Hey, Simon, what can I get you? Actually, I was wondering if... Over there. Brandon grins and points towards a secluded booth in the corner of the cafe where Caitlin sits hunched over a stack of papers, her back to you. How'd you... Lucky guess. Well, thanks. You slide into the booth opposite Caitlin without her noticing. Hey. Huh? Oh, hey, Cinnamon. Sorry, I was totally absorbed. What are you working on? Didn't you already take all your finals for this quarter? Yeah, I'm trying to decide what classes to take this quarter. I know I have time, but I'm ready to get serious about my education. Next quarter, I'm going to focus more on classes and less on drinking and partying. Would you still hang out with me if I was a little more boring? Boring is good so long as it keeps you out of the emergency room. Not that you could ever bore me. Wish I do. Kiss Caitlin. You lean across the table and press a gentle kiss to Caitlin's lips, then sit back in your seat. I'm glad to hear that. Will you go to the dance with me tonight? Let me just check my calendar. Caitlin! Kidding, of course I will. See you tonight? Sounds like a plan. That evening, you pick out a dress for the Heartfelt formal. It can't just be any dress. It has to be perfect. Tonight has to be perfect. We're gonna go with this one. This should be fine. You arrive at Heartfelt University's magnificent ballroom on the eastern end of the campus and meet your date on the front steps. Aw, Cinnamon, you look so cute. Just cute? I was kind of going for. Hot, beautiful, heartbreakingly gorgeous. Don't worry, you've got those covered. Nice save. Caitlin puts her arm around your waist, and the two of you step into the light spilling out of the entrance to the ballroom. So, pretty girl, may I have this dance? I think you've earned a dance at the very least. As you enter the ballroom with Caitlin, Zach runs over to you, a champagne flute in each hand. Ooh, did you get us drinks? Thanks, Zach. Hands off, these are all mine. Go get your own. Ouch, selfish much? I'll go get us drinks, Cinnamon. Don't go anywhere. I won't. Caitlin kisses your cheek softly, then sets off for the refreshments table. Looks like things are going pretty well between you two. I'd say so. Speaking of romance, though, any chance that Brandon will make an appearance tonight? If he does, it won't be as my date. You didn't ask him to come with you? Nope, I don't know what's wrong with me. Usually I have no trouble approaching guys. You just need to get your confidence back. We'll work on that, okay? I don't know. If I can't help but think that if I'd done some things differently, Brandon and I would be together by now. Well, maybe you're right. Don't worry about it, Cinnamon. I don't want to spoil your night with my sulking. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go transfer this champagne into a urinal. You know, there's such a thing as being too honest. I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on that. See you around, Cinnamon. As Zach heads off towards the restroom, you look around for other familiar faces. Hey, Cinnamon. Tyler and Abby dance over to you, holding each other tight. Hey, you two. Where's Caitlin? Getting us drinks. Should I be doing that? Is that, the gentlemanly thing to do? If you think I'm letting you out of my sight, again, you have another thing coming. Works for me. Oh, you two are so adorable. I'm so happy you finally got together. Caitlin and I have been rooting for you two since the day we moved in. It kind of seemed like you and Chris were going to get together back then. Tyler. Sorry. Chris and I definitely had something, but it's not like what I had with Caitlin. How do you take it? I haven't exactly talked to him since last night. Uh-oh. I guess I can't just ignore him, can I? I'm gonna guess no. Make that definitely no. Hey, Cinnamon, can we talk? Oh, hey, Chris. Chris, let's go somewhere we can talk. It's okay, I don't need a speech or an explanation or any of that. I wish things had been different, that's all. I had pretty big plans for us tonight. Sorry. No worries, next time, right? As Chris disappears in the crowd, Caitlin places a champagne glass in your hand and puts her arm around you. Everything okay? You drain a glass of champagne and pull Caitlin close, draping your arms around her neck. Everything's perfect. Dance with me. If you say so. Caitlin puts her hands on your waist and pulls you even closer, her lips mere inches away from yours. Do you want to kiss me? Maybe. Caitlin leans in and brushes your lips with hers, then pulls away, biting back a smile. Oh my god. Sorry, you're just so fun to tease. Did you two get together? Congrats, knew it would work out between you. Wait, Chris dumped me for you and you go to formal with her. Hey, I never told him to do that. Ugh, you're welcome, by the way. Excuse me? Remember, I dared you two to kiss at our sleepover, so I guess you could say you have me to thank for this. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that. Oh, let's just ignore her. Tonight's about us. Besides, I kind of want to get something off my chest. Caitlin pulls you away from Madison and Becca, moving deeper onto the dance floor. What's up? Caitlin looks down, avoiding her gaze, and takes a deep breath. I really like you, Cinnamon, and to be honest, I wasn't sure if you'd pick me tonight. Caitlin, I'm really... No, don't apologize. I know I can be pretty intense, and I guess I'm being that way now, too, but I just want to say this. Relationships are messy, and they basically always end in someone getting hurt, and if that happens to us, well, it's worth it. Being with you is worth it. Caitlin. Oh no, did I say too much? What should I do? Oh, everyone's around? No. I don't want to mess things up with Chris and James in case you guys want me to get with either of them. Speaking of, make sure you write in the comments right now what team you're on. Team Caitlin, Chris, or James, so I know. And I'll pick whoever the majority is. What should I do? But since we're in front of them right now, I don't want to mess things up, so I'm going to hug her. You wrap your arms around Caitlin, holding her close to you as you sway together on the dance floor. You didn't say too much. You said just enough. Hey, would you do something for me? Meet me on the roof after the dance, okay? I have something to show you. Interesting, but I don't think I can stay up that late. Oh, okay. Well, let's focus on having as much fun as we can before your early bedtime, okay? Okay, but I don't appreciate these early bedtime comments. Sorry, couldn't resist. You're about to retort when Caitlin leans in and presses her lips to yours. The words die in your throat as she holds you tight, her fingers tangling in your hair. When she pulls away and gazes into your eyes, you feel your heart brimming over with happiness, and your whole world shrinks to just you and her in this one perfect moment. Caitlin. I wish I had the words to tell you how incredible you are to me. Well, I'm sure there are other ways you can tell me. Caitlin tilts your chin up with her finger and kisses you again as the music swells, and you close your eyes and let the magic of the evening carry you away. The next morning you wake up to find your suite in a flurry of activity as everyone packs for the winter holidays. Morning, Cinnamon. How'd last night go? It was nice. Listen, I have to go give Vasquez my latest essay. Don't leave without saying goodbye, okay? You got it. You step into Vasquez's office and find him at his desk, a large letter-bound book open in front of him. Cinnamon, come in. What do you have for me today? Wordlessly, you hand him the essay you typed up last night after dance. He reads through it, the harsh lines of his face softening as it nears to end. This was quite moving, Cinnamon. Very nicely written. With your permission, I'd like to use the last line of my book. Vasquez clears his throat and reads aloud from your essay. Love can be hard to recognize at first. It can catch you completely unaware and turn your whole world upside down. But when you find it, you have to fight for it. Because if you don't, you risk losing everything. Just then, a knock sounds on the door, and a young nurse walks backwards into the room, willing in an IV stand. Vasquez gets up from his desk, clearly agitated. Not now, dang it. What's all this? Nothing, just forget you saw anything, and get out. Are you sick? What's wrong with you? Professor Vasquez fixes you with a stilly glare, and then his shoulders slump. He waits for the nurse to leave. Cancer. I have cancer, Cinnamon. Oh my gosh, how long have you known? Does Gabriella know? No, of course not. Does James? No, and you won't tell him. But he has a right to know. They both have a right to know. James absolutely idolizes you. You can't just not tell him something this huge. I wouldn't have told anyone if you hadn't witnessed this. Why do you insist on interfering with my life? Why can't you just let me live out my last days in peace? Because, for some reason, I care about you. Despite everything, I actually care about your life. So listen up. You may have cancer, but there's a big difference between dying and being dead. You've still got a daughter out there, and soon a grandchild. Did you say grandchild? Nice to know I can still surprise you. I wonder if it'll be a boy or a girl. Slowly, Vasquez gets up from his chair and looks out the window. Look at that, the first snow of the season. Come on. You grab the professor's hand and pull him outside. Flakes flutter down from the sky, dusting the campus in white. It's beautiful. It is. He reaches out and catches a snowflake in his hand, where it melts against the warmth of his palm. It looks like you're right. I'm not dead yet. I think it's going to be an interesting winter quarter for both of us. For once, you may be right. As snowflakes fill the cloudy sky, you walk back across the quad to the dorms and find all of your suite mates playing in the snow. Snowball Fight. Oh, you are on. I call Chris. Chris and I are officially on a team. No fair. Chris literally got a scholarship for throwing stuff. Hey, let's talk more dodging, Tyler. Chris whips a snowball at Tyler's sidearm. It explodes against the front of his shirt. You're going to regret that. As you watch your friends running and laughing through the snow, you smile to yourself and wonder what the future holds. Chapter 17 is complete. So we're going to end the book here, and we're going to start book number 2 soon. Make sure you tell me who I should date, and make sure you leave a comment down below with any suggestions for games to play, stuff like that. Subscribe, like, turn the notification bell on, share. Please just help me out and do all this stuff for me, and bye guys.